It's Giancarlo Valdez in the game at point guard now, along with Gross, Oglesby, Doyle, and Finley Sheridan, who's checked in for the first time and make his Hatter debut as well. Here is Sheridan, going to take a three and make his first attempt as a Stetson Hatter.
Good looking player there, Mr. Sheldon, and I like how the Hatters spaced the floor. Everyone touched the basketball.
Sheridan, a lanky 6'10" wing. They are definitely longer and bigger than they were a season ago.
Not a lot of girth. Josh Smith is the only kind of muscle guy that the Hatters have.
Air ball three by Gavin Korth-Loder. Hatters will go the other way. There's Josh Smith in his street clothes. See when he makes his debut.
Yep, sporting the beard this year. New look.
Smith going into his senior season. Oglesby at three. Langs off the back iron, gets his own miss. Weaving his way through. Hatters moving the basketball around frequently. Valdez drops it off, and Doyle puts it in.
And that's Giancarlo Valdez. That's his game. He's able to penetrate and make beautiful passes. We often talk about him being stronger with the basketball, and you can see that coming off that injury.
I was going to say, never really healthy last year, missed a lot of time.
Yes.
Be a big boost for Stetson if they can take some pressure off of Swenson. Playmaking. Gross steps into a triple and drills it. All right, Tristan Gross, a freshman out of St. Petersburg High School in Tampa. His first three is a Stetson Hatter.
Everyone getting in on the action and contributing for the Hatters. That's a long, long three.
Ambitious
almost from the jump ball
from Kennedy, and Sheridan gets the rebound. Thompson and Blackman get ready to come back in. Here's a three from the corner for Doyle, no good. It'll go the other way. Nice touch by Sheridan. And that'll take us to another break. 7 different Hatters on the scoreboard. They are all over NCAA Trinity Baptist. Jalen Blackman with 11. Stephon Swenson, no points yet, but 4 assists for the Hatter guard. And Blackman playing free safety with a steal. Lays it in for dime numbers 12 and 13 on the night.
Just an alert play by the Hatters, playing the passing lanes.
It'll be a big year for Jalen Blackman as the Hatters look to make some noise in the A-Sun. They had such a great season last year, Greg, but the end of the year where they got upset in the conference tournament by Lipscomb and then lost in the CBI first round, it had to have left a little bit of a bad taste in their mouths.
Yep, unfinished, a little unfinished business. 3 seconds and they're going to fall there.
And that won't count for Thompson.
A push off there.
Yep.
So
foul before the shot.
we're seeing some nice interior passing by the Hatters. As we take a look at.
It's 5 team fouls on Trinity Baptist.
Taking a seat.
Well, it's Valdez, Blackman, Sheridan, Oglesby, and here's Thompson. Way overshoots the hook shot. And it's rebounded by Zach Chiatti.
It's a little quick, gotta take your time. 7 foot, nobody on the floor. But Trinity Baptist gonna block your shot.
Korth-Loder gonna stay with Trinity Baptist off of Valdez. It's another thing Giancarlo can do, disrupt on the defensive end.
Just knows how to play the game, you know, has some international experience. Of course, his dad, a former professional.
Up and under, Korth-Loder for 2. Or excuse me, that's Chiatti.
Yeah, now Chiatti.
Zach Chiatti from Jacksonville.
One of my favorite players. He has some long arms. When he comes in the game, he's looking to push the pace and apply some defensive pressure.
He's not intimidated, is he?
The long arms that he has.
Pitbull at 5'9". Thompson still modulating that hook shot. That one he left short. Now Fernandez. Fourth floater, back to Fernandez for three. I think Sheridan, or it was Thompson rather, may have tipped that on the way in. Now Valdez
Nice
driving all the way to the cup.
Beautiful stutter step. Hesitation. Took it all the way to the rack. You like to see that. Does he have confidence in that knee, you know, Evan? Whenever you're coming off a knee injury.
Fourth floater off the back iron with a three. Valdez, you see him wearing that brace on his right leg, but came over to us before the game, says he's good to go. He's feeling good. And certainly looks good in the early going. 2 points, 2 assists. Tidy shift here off the bench for him. A lob to Thompson. Back out to Valdez. He'll try a step back three. That's no good. Rebound, Oglesby flashing in for it. Valdez to the basket. He's fouled as he tried to go up by Korth-Loder.
Yeah, the Hatters just a superior team in size and taking advantage of it here as we look at Valdez going to the bucket. Nice kind of an up and under, being fouled there. And see if he can go to the line to convert. When you're outmanned and outsized, it's very difficult, and they're playing a zone defense. Very difficult to rebound out of that zone defense. We take a look at the vertically challenged the Trinity Baptist.
Great job by our crew there to just put into perspective. And if the graphic didn't do it, that certainly
that
did. As Thompson comes flying in for the jam.
As we take a look at the follow-up by the big fella, Mr. Trayton Thompson.
Thompson, Minnesota born and raised. Got to think the winter weather is agreeing with him after a couple of years with the Gophers.
Came a little south for prep school, La Lumiere prep school there in Indiana.
That's a little south.
Yeah,
this is a lot
Indiana.
south. Offensive rebound, no good by Hill. We'll go the other way. Oglesby coast to coast.
Strong take from Alec Oglesby, one of my favorite players last year.
He's in the double figures. Looks like he's going to inhabit a bigger role this season for Stetson after playing about 18 minutes a game last year.
The time is now.
Spinelli off the back iron has the three fall through. Jace Spinelli, junior out of Orlando. Not too far away from here. We're a little more than halfway between Orlando and Jacksonville towards the Orlando side. Blackman, count the basket. He's just too strong.
Nice strong move by Blackman going to his left. And at first I thought he was going to scoop, then go under, and he got hit 2 or 3 different times, but able to withstand all of the contact and convert. And youngsters, you take a look at that. Now he kept his chin, his head up. He didn't bail out, put his chin and head and neck down, and then he looked at the basket all the way. That's how you convert a tough three-point play there. Let's see if he can hit the free throws. Who led the Atlantic Sun in free throw shooting 90%.
It's up to 93 in conference play. He is just such a fundamentally sound basketball player as he checks out for Bruce Cano to make his Stetson debut, the sophomore that they grabbed from Ellsworth Community College. Blackman with 16 on 9 shots here in the first half.
Blackman, as I mentioned earlier, looking svelte, probably down 6, 7, 8, 9 pounds there.
But doesn't look like he's lost any strength.
No. Oh, got away with a, it's going to be a,
that's on Swenson, yep. First personal foul on the Hatters.
Sporting a new number.
Yeah, they've got him on the roster as number 30, but he's in here as number 20 today. Trinity Baptist will have it when we come back. All Hatters in the season opener. Back here at the Edmunds Center, Stetson well on their way to a 50-piece in the first half. Jalen Blackman leading the way with 16. Alec Oglesby with 10. Auburn Gadarizzi, 6 points, 11 rebounds in 10 minutes. Trinity Baptist team, well, they have fought, but they are certainly outmatched from a size perspective here tonight, and playing up against an NCAA D1 team, they have struggled to get a whole lot going.
Not only are they a member of the National Christian College Athletic Association, it's a Division II team in that league and division. So, but they played a tough Crawley's Ridge, an NAIA school, as we take a look at the foul there, force out.
That's 2 on Swenson in quick succession.
A little overzealous there. Body up, as the coaches like to call it on defense, but
out of the hands of Thompson, but picked back up by Fernandez.
Nice
now Hill, and the rebound snatched out of the air by Doyle.
Nice pump fake, but could not get it to go, Mr. Brandon Hill.
Sheridan turns it over. Getting a little loosey-goosey on the Stetson side. Thompson drills the 3.
Hey, you might as well. They've been 2 for 19. Now that's 3 for 20. And I'm not a big metrics guy, but when you're outmanned like they are, those 3 for 2.
Thompson could be a big pickup for them. They lost to his former team in the NCAA South Region title game last year at Toccoa Falls.
Toccoa Falls, yeah, which is also ranked in the top 10 in preseason. So they always have a good program there.
Here is Thompson working on Cano. Gets to the rack. 5 quick ones for DJ Thompson. After Swenson scored his first 2 of the year on the other end.
You make 1 bucket, now all of a sudden, man, you get that confidence.
Here goes Swenson. He's got 2 more. They're trading baskets. That is far too easy for Stephon Swenson.
Trinity Baptist, they like to push the pace now. Tried to throw it through the wickets there.
That's a kick ball.
Almost tried to bounce it.
Valdez and Gross back for Stetson. Swenson and Oglesby will take a seat. Xavier Rose returns for Trinity Baptist. He's in there with Thompson, Hill, Chiatti, and Figueroa. Thompson thought he was fouled, doesn't get the call, and Valdez picks up the rebound.
Felt some contact, looked over his shoulder, kind of threw his concentration off, but there was no contact.
Gross, or Doyle rather, trying to post up and left it way short.
They do look alike now. The Hatters have a group of young men, and they could be related. Same afros kind of look there, complexion, all interchangeable athletes, which Donnie Jones likes.
This is Gross. He gets inside and scores.
You take a look at Gross, Doyle, Gadarizzi.
5 for Tristan Gross out of St. Petersburg. Chiatti, a little short. Big freshman class for Stetson this year, and it looks like at least a few of them are going to be asked to contribute right away. It's like Gross and Sheridan, Doyle. Here's Gross, lays it off for Sheridan, rookie to rookie.
The bang out for the big fella there, Mr. Finley Sheridan.
Sheridan with a couple of buckets. Donnie Jones will love to see that unselfishness from Tristan Gross.
That's a little something for all the fellas back in Long Island Lutheran High School there. Just a nice pass by Gross.
Gross working on Cano. Cano got in the way of that one. Offensive rebound, Figueroa. He's fouled by Sheridan. First on Finley Sheridan as a Hatter. We'll put Ramis Figueroa at the line for 2. Figueroa, another transfer from Monroe College. He's another one of the Puerto Rican players on this roster, along with Fernandez.
Yep, from Luquillo, Puerto Rico. That's northeast corner of Puerto Rico there.
I knew your Alabama geography was on point, but your Puerto Rico geography.
Yes. And one of my favorite co-workers there, Miss Melanie Foxworth, is Puerto Rico native there, so she kind of schools me on the geography.
Figueroa 0 for 2. Landon Babusiak is into the game for the first time. He takes the rebound from his own teammate, Sheridan.
Stats, I need those stats.
And for a lot of those guys on the end of the bench, these games, those are the stats that hold up the whole season. Here's Babusiak, left it off the cup. Second try, deflected away by Figueroa.
Active hands by Trinity Baptist, giving up size, but not effort.
Chiatti in and out from 3. They're 3 for 23 on the night. Here's Sheridan.
Nice
Good patience.
Yes, under control.
What a first half this has been for Stetson, and making a statement. No messing around tonight. Is Rose for 3. That is over the backboard.
That's how it's been bouncing for the Eagles this first half, and everything's been going the Hatters' way.
Timeout here by Donnie Jones. Use it or lose it with 17.6. He's always coaching. And the schedule gets much, much harder for Stetson right away. They're going away this weekend at UNLV and then at Houston next Monday night. One of the best programs in the entire country.
And it doesn't get any easier when they come back to the state and come back to the state of Florida. Then you're going to take on UCF.
Coming up at the end of the month.
Milwaukee, one of those teams, Milwaukee, Siena, they're in that tournament. So
they're going to play away at Cincinnati just before Christmas. So they'll play 3 of those new Big 12 teams this year. Houston, UCF, and Cincinnati.
I mean, this is going to see what your team is really made of when you're looking at those games. UNLV, University of Houston, Milwaukee, Central Michigan, or Siena, and then UCF. Wow.
They play the Charlotte 49ers twice, home and away.
Got a home and home, series with them.
Chicago State, FIU. I mean, it's a really good schedule. Yeah. And almost all of those games are on the road. Only the Charlotte home game right before conference is going to be against the D1 team of the Edmonton. And they only play 4 times at home total before conference play.
And nothing unusual for the Hatters. Donnie Jones does that. I mean, they've been road warriors, and they've been semi-successful.
That big win at South Carolina a couple of years ago, that kind of announced this program as back on the map, so to speak, in the mid-major landscape. Inside the Babusiak at the buzzer.
Nice dive to the basket by the big fella. Babusiak
ends a sterling first half of the season for the Stetson Hatters. 59 points for the home team. Perhaps threatening some records here tonight against a Trinity Baptist team that is testing themselves against a strong D1 opponent. We'll break it all down and talk about these fun Stetson Hatter Ball Club when we come back. We've been talking about Stetson being picked 3rd in the poll. We talked about EKU. They're pretty heavy favorites to win the league, but Stetson up 3. FGCU Kennesaw State, who is replacing their rising superstar head coach, Amir Abdur-Rahim, and Lipscomb, the top 5 coming into the season.
It's going to be a balanced league once again. As you see those bottom half teams, they can easily slip into the middle part of the standings.
There's another 3 for Trinity Baptist. This time it's Brandon Hill with his first points of the game. The Eagles have been much more competitive since the break. Of course, they came out of the locker room down 38, so there is some context required there.
Yep, actually have outscored the Hatters now in the second half.
They're ahead. Valdez, patience against DJ Thompson. To Doyle's got to get it up, gets it off, and scores at the end of the shot clock. Alex Doyle, the freshman, over from France.
As we were looking at those standings and those preseason picks, Eastern Kentucky have a couple of players that are going to be fun to watch, that both of them all preseason ASUN teams, Devontae
How about Amir Abdur-Rahim getting the South Florida job after the incredible turnaround he had at Kennesaw State? We're going from one win to conference champions.
Just a remarkable year.
Well, that's the ASUN for you, though. I mean, there's no easy nights. One of the great parity leagues in the mid-majors. You know, some of these leagues you'll get, look at the West Coast Conference, for instance. We've got Gonzaga and St. Mary's just running away with it from everybody else every year. The ASUN is not like that. It is on the women's side, funny enough, but not on the men's side. It always seems like there's a new champion every season.
And it's a guard, kind of a guard forward, big, forward-oriented league. If you have a big guy inside, you can really put some pressure and dominate some things. But it's one of those leagues that if you have 2 or 3 good players, you can make a run and find yourself in postseason play.
Stetson seems to have that. Swenson, Blackman, Josh Smith, who again they're still waiting on, but certainly nothing season-ending for him. He is expected to play a major role as the year goes along. Bruce Cano, who's the only Hatter who hasn't scored tonight, a little bit short there. On the other end, Rose in and out. Doyle fighting for the rebound. It is going to stay with Trinity Baptist. A rare offensive rebound for them tonight.
I suspect that will change with 9 minutes left. That Bruce Cano will, get an opportunity to score. You mentioned from Ellsworth Community College. That's in Iowa Falls, Iowa, but he is a Japan native.
Born in Iwate.
So a lot of international flavor, as the Hatters often do have a lot of players from across the pond. But recruiting is a global process for a lot of schools, and when you have a lot of connections.
Chiati, not this time. And the Hatters finally get the ball back. Yep.
Evan, you look at the Hatters team, and we often hear coaches say, well, we recruited this guy because he fits our style. So, you hear Donnie Jones say that with a lot of his recruits. And then I started to think, okay, so what is, as we look at Valdez.
Off from 3, Sheridan.
Nice rebound.
He's got 9 points, Finley Sheridan off the bench.
Another big body, 6'10", 6'8".
Looks like he's going to have a real role in the Stetson rotation.
But, I'm thinking about the style, and you think about Donnie Jones and his style of coaching and who he was an assistant under. And, nice take by
Chiati, everything but the finish there.
Yeah, could not finish.
Sheridan to Doyle in the corner. The cutting Valdez.
Beautiful give and go.
5 for Giancarlo.
That's basketball. That's basketball. But again, getting back to the style of play and Donnie Jones. And, coaching the individuals that he's coached for. A hard foul there. It's Chiati taking it to the basket. But their play, Billy Donovan. I mean, you talk about the way, as we take a look at here, the nice take. He used to put it up the left hand, and he's a left-handed player. Put it up. I thought he was going to put it up with the right hand, but got bumped with the body. Let's see if he can go to the line. But Billy Donovan, the play that how Golden State plays with interchangeable parts.
Positionless basketball.
Yes. Billy Donovan was doing that a while back.
With a national championships doing that.
Exactly.
Of the University of Florida.
That's his style of coaching. That's his style of play. You look at his team. Everybody that he's had, I mean, they're interchangeable parts. Everybody has to be able to guard positions out on the floor. Got to be able to shoot the basketball.
For those who don't know, Greg, you're mentioning Billy Donovan. Donnie Jones was the lead assistant on those Florida NCAA championship teams in the middle of the decade, and what teams they were. Joakim Noah and Al Horford.
And even before that at Marshall. I mean, those same thing, those teams, interchangeable players. They put the ball on the floor. They space the floor. And, of course, Donovan played for Pitino. And
it all goes back.
Yeah, that coaching tree.
Billy Donovan right now having a tough start to life with the Chicago Bulls this year. Into the game, Naeem Lewis. He missed a 3, but on the other end, Lewis gets the ball and scores his first 2 Hatter points. Lewis, a transfer from West Los Angeles College, is an LA kid.
And Eon Kennedy, I think he stepped on the end line. So it will be the Hatters ball coming back.
Lewis, little injection of energy. And Finley Sheridan having himself a heck of a Stetson debut as well.